Hello, welcome back to another sensational episode of the Big Mouth Media Podcast, where we give the entertainment professionals a chance to tell their story, and we highlight their backstory up until what they're doing presently. So today, man, I have another West Side representative, from LA by the way of Sacramento, Cali, none other than, um, high on life, comedian, Mr. Funny Man, social influencer. He stands up for the community. None other than Mr. Jacoby Parker. What's up, bro? How you?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Doing well, man. So, for those who don't really know you and want to learn more about you, could you go ahead and, even though I said your name, could you go ahead and give them a brief introduction of you?
Yeah, well, my name is Kobe. You know what I'm saying? I'm from LA, but I stay out here in Sac, been out here for a long time. I'm a comedian out here. You said I've done a lot. I do the best for the city I'm in now. I've given back groceries. I give back homeless, blankets, clothes, stock driver, 125, 3.5. I'm did so much, and comedy has always been a way for me to do it. I never did it to get famous, be a big person. Meaning I did it because it was a reason for me to not worry about the pain that I was going through when I was younger. So I started doing comedy, trying to make people laugh and do jokes, and I just never thought in the position that it is in now, like all over the place. I not Skype, I FaceTime with people from Africa and Mexico. I got videos, 36 million views, 20 million views. Like, it's really put me in a position where I was able to be fortunate to be blessed with a contract with ESPN2 for promotion. I've done a lot of things, talked to celebrities. I did videos for celebrities. Like, it's just been so much amazing in the community. Everybody in Sacramento has been so supportive of my things that I'm a part of. So I'm just such blessed, man. I'm so blessed and so fortunate to be able to be here and tell my story and, do things for Sacramento and myself, man.
Okay, bet, man. I appreciate the introduction. So, I like to get into the backstory as well. So, what is your backstory? Cause I heard you say through the pain that you went through, you use comedy as a healing resource. So, let's get into what you went through early in your childhood and how you overcame that through comedy.
Okay, yeah, because when I was younger, my mom was hooked on drugs a lot, and I didn't understand it. Like I just always thought, like, why can't she just stop? Like, if she wants to stop, why can't she stop? But I guess I understand it now, how the drug is killing the community. And I never met my father, so I never had a positive role model to lead me in the right direction, to go different places. So me making people laugh, was a way of me not worrying about the pain that I went through going home, because I couldn't really talk to my mom about how I felt and what I was going through, because she wasn't on that level mentally to understand what I was going through or to even care about that. So, and then me not having my father, it was like a broken home situation. So it was kind of like, mom had a boyfriend, and I was able to relate to the guys as they were there in my life, but they were there and gone. So it was just so much as a kid. And I didn't understand it. I didn't understand my father wasn't there, or my mom was on drugs, and it was a situation where some of my friends around the hood I grew up in, they didn't want to play with me. They didn't want to mess with me. I had a lot of good friends back in those days when I was younger that really rocked with me and didn't care about my circumstances or my situation. And I mean, like, no food. I mean, power going off. I mean, take hot water. Like, no hot water in your house. We got to boil water on the stove and take a bath. I mean, Can't wash clothes, so we hand wash them and put them in the oven on broil just to get them, nice and hot, and then going to school the next day with those burnt holes in your clothes and your socks because it was in the oven too long. Like it was a struggle. Roaches, like everything you can think of, I've been through that, and to try to carry that on my shoulder and go to school and just try to smile it off. It was like an illusion, and that's what
Mhm.
started the whole thing of me doing comedy because I was always smiling, having fun, but inside I was hurt, But I didn't know how to express it or who to express it to. So, that was one of the things that really turned my whole situation in life around was to be able to do something positive out of the negative that I was going.
Right. So for any young person that's going through what you're going through right now, what is something that you want to tell them, man? Because um, for me to hear you say that and me knowing where you are today, that's really impressive. And you had that spiritual awakening inside of you when you didn't even know it,
Hmm.
because that's really what got you through.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what would you want to say to someone, male or female, that's going through what you went through when you was their age?
I would say, please, please don't give up on yourself. Because a lot of people along the way will give up on you, your friends, your family, your colleagues, your best friends, your relative. Like, people will give up on you, but you cannot give up on yourself because you are the only person that is responsible for yourself. Nobody else owes you anything in this life. You got to not give up on yourself. Keep pushing, keep driving, because I'm telling you, I remember days like, in my car, pulling up and just sleeping in my car in some apartments, and then it would rain so hard, and I would just think like, man, I wish I could just go in this house, take a shower, get something to eat, but I couldn't. But I just couldn't think like giving up on myself. Like I never thought about suicide. I never thought about giving up on myself. I just always kept that drive. Like it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. Like I just kept thinking that to myself. Like you know, no matter what situation you into, if you look at the weather, sun and darkness, they only last for a short period of time. So it's only gonna be dark for a second. Sun will come out, but it's like you gotta weather the storm in order for you to be able to get to that part where you need to be shining and need to be seen. So just don't give up on yourself. Put God first. Keep pushing, keep striving. Like I always like to say, keep moving chains. Just keep moving downfield. It can be slowly, but just get down there. Just always, always give progress. Don't get confused moving with progress because you can run in place all the time and never get anywhere, like Denzel says. But just keep continuing to give that movement, keep continuing to give that progress. Just keep pushing and never give up on yourself, man. That's the most biggest thing to think about.
Okay. So as far as comedy goes for you, um, where when did you realize that you had a gift with comedy?
Well, I did a stand-up comedy show downtown a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? And I ended up taking second place, and it wasn't even meant for me to go down there and do it. It was just I was there at the time, and I knew some lady that was well connected with the people and the entertainers that was there doing the actual show. And one of the guys said that he couldn't go on. I don't know what the reason was. I think he was honestly arguing with his baby mama at the time, but they was like, we need to stall him. And it was like, Kobe, get up there and tell some jokes. So I just got up there and started telling jokes. And I still got the picture to this day. It was downtown. I don't remember what it was called, but I was just telling so many jokes and they were just crying, laughing. And it wasn't even jokes. It was honestly real life stories that happened to me in my life, but it was funny to them. And I thought it was funny too when I was laughing. I was like, well, this is kind of funny. So, but turns out they entered me in the contest, and the guy that was supposed to go, he never even went on. So it's like I took his position, and they used my jokes, what I said, as my act. And I ended up winning second place because some dude got up and he was talking about how he caught his mom having sex with somebody. I don't know, but I ended up winning second place. But when I knew there, like when I got down, everybody was like, they wanted to take a picture with me. They were saying I was funny. I was telling my mama this, and it was just like I was just like a normal person. So I just thought like right then and there, because I've always been telling jokes in school and stuff like that. But I just knew right then and there, I'm like, yeah, I can really take this somewhere. But I didn't really think it would get to where it is today. And like, I'm not some type of comedian that's on Wild 'N Out or nothing like that. But for me to be able to do the things that I've done, gone to places I've gone, you know, talk to the people I've talked to, it's been such a blessing to be able to do something for somebody. Now, whether I become this big time guy or not, it doesn't matter. As long as I can help somebody, save somebody, or push somebody to do what they want to do in life, that's what it's about, man.
Okay. So and as that show went on, um, how long was it before you had to get some type of agent?
Well, honestly, I didn't. I was already booked with LA Casting for a long time because as a younger kid, when I was a teenager and a younger boy, my great grandma, she put me in LA Casting, and I was doing extras in movies. So I was already connected with that, but then it kind of broke away when I started going through struggles because when I got out of high school at 18, I turned 19, and when I became 19, that's when I became homeless. You know, my mom came to me one day and said, you know, we got to move. And I was like, cool. Let me know when we got to move because I want to see my room. Like, you know, I want to start setting it up. And she said, no. I'm not paying the rent. We got to be out of here. And everyone that's in this house by 12 o'clock they're gonna keep it. And I was like, Mom, it's 10:15. So she said, yeah, I got a U-Haul downstairs. So we started moving up. So I started to move all my stuff quickly, like just put all my big stuff in the U-Haul. And then I took my car, loaded it with everything I could, and I was gone. And ever since then at 19, I became homeless. So all the acting and that stuff faded away because I couldn't deal with that no more. I was worried about surviving. That became number one. Surviving. I had a girlfriend, and then that didn't work out. And then I was like, I wanted to have a kid, but I was homeless. How can I have a kid? And I was homeless because I always wanted to have a kid because I felt lonely. So I felt like if I have somebody, then that's gonna be somebody that will always love me conditionally and give me the strength that I need to keep going. So I didn't have, up to this day, I've never had an agent. I had a lot of people inbox me and say, I want to be an agent, let me push you, let me do it, but I've never done it. I've always done things independently on my own. Like every time somebody needed promotion or something, they always email me. I get back to them very fast, and then we do it that way through me. I've never had nobody me. I've never had nobody do things for me. I've had people out there act like they was my agent. I had people out there make fake pages of me, try to get clout or money, but it's always been me directly on my own since day one.
So now the plateau that you're at now, Kobe, the plateau you're at now, the seriousness of your professionalism in your career, do you not think about sometime that it's time for you to get an agent?
Nah, I don't even think like that at all because, like, honestly, when I like comedy, don't get me wrong, but you know, when I was doing it, I was in a bad place. When I was really doing it and I started to blow up, I was really going through a lot of things. And now, since life is so much better for me now, it's like I don't even like my heart's just not in it like that anymore. I can feel the digress slowly, but I'm still here because I know it helps people and it helps me too. Like dealing with life and COVID and all the stuff we go through, I still do it, but I don't even think about an agent right now because that's not the hype I'm on. I don't think about bringing somebody in to, you know, negotiate or help me do certain things because I can do everything. But when the time does come and things start to get overwhelming and overbearing and more contracts start to come in and I got to read this fine print, then yeah, lawyers and agents will come into play at that time. But as of right now, I just don't have no, you know, opportunity or need for them right now. But hey, the future is bright. So who knows?
Right. So okay, with you saying that now, um, I want to say shout out to Ashley Marie for making this interview possible, for plugging me with you.
Shout
You
out,
know,
bro. You're such a
yeah,
good,
that's definitely my people. So
wonderful.
shout out to her. So and she sent me a brief bio, and I shared it,
Mhm.
and what's interesting to me is your elevation of being a poet.
Mhm.
And what's also interesting to me is um, all of it is artistry, but for you, when
Mhm.
it comes to the artistry, is it is the gift for you the comedy, the acting, or the poetry when it comes to your artistry?
Mm. I think I don't know. I think mostly I love the acting because it's a way of me to interact with, you know, myself and what I think about like politics and laws and rules and videos and people and circumstances and situations and relationships, women, men, friends, family. So just the acting part is love, but the artistry is good too. But it's just the craft that I try to, mold out of the things and circumstances that I've been through. It's nothing better than acting out a certain circumstance that I've been in on stage to make somebody laugh. Like me taking a girl to a restaurant when I'm single and her husband walk in and confronts us and I didn't know she was married. Acting that out is everything because it's like I've been through that. So it's like, wow, I can't help but just to say, what the hell is going on? Like, what happened in this situation? So that,
Mm-hmm.
and then people being able to see that, say, well, I went through that too, but I was always down about my situation. But now I can, it's kind of funny. So helping people get through their situation, whether it was about my mom, drugs or whatever the case may be important, just saying something and acting it out, showing people an in-depth look on my life so people can view what I went through and either love it, inspire it, or laugh at it. That's the joy, man. Nothing's better than.
Right. Okay. So when it comes to the acting, man, sounds like that's your lane, and it sounds like that you'll stay getting booked for comedy and acting. It sounds like it's going to go hand in hand because both of them sound like something. Both of them, I feel like, from what I'm gathering from you, that you're great at both.
Yeah.
And with that being said, what would be your favorite acting role?
That's a really good idea.
Well, the reason I'm asking you this, I have a couple partners in that business, and one in particular, he's out in Vegas. His name is shout out to Bobby and Renee Peoples of the Peoples Network. So he always put up a post that says, "What is your dream role as an actor?" And so, what would be your dream role as an actor?
I mean, to tell you the truth, I had an opportunity to play this role in a movie as an undefeated quarterback of a team that was undefeated and kind of the bad guy, the guy that does all everything, has the nice cars and everything, and cocky, and end up getting beat at the end of the movie and turns a good guy. So I think like a villain type of character would always be my set because it's like it allows me to harness, it allows me to let out like a lot of the past pain, transgressions, or situation I've been through, but see it through a different point of view, through acting, through
So,
acting, you know what I mean? So I think like a villain, or I've always been that type of like big brother inspiration type of, like, oh, he dates her and he's a good guy. We're modeling up after this guy, like that type of role. But yeah, I think a villain, kind of a villain type of character would be me.
okay, type of villain. Okay. So, but when you said the good guy and you said a football role, I instantly thought of the TV series All American
Mm-hmm.
because Spencer James is the good guy.
Yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And so that's one of my favorite TV series to watch. Man, I love All American.
Yeah.
I just how everybody watch them now. I just let them build up so I can binge watch them. You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So, but yeah, that's my joint. And then I can I can also see you playing the villain guy, like if we reminisce about Black Panther.
Yeah.
Black Panther had that villain guy. You know what I'm saying? Or man, I can see you playing when they said that villain guy. That that gangster type detective. You know what I'm saying? Where he got ties to the streets,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know what I'm saying, that like that Denzel when he said King Kong ain't got nothing on me. You know what I mean? Yeah, for sure, man. So in acting, have you got back into it like you once was?
The last thing I did, I recently did this little TV show thing, and it was I forgot even got the title of it, but that's the last time I did it. But I actually been doing a little bit acting on my own. I'm trying to get my YouTube popping and things like that. But I actually did this video. The reason why I honestly said villain is because I did this video, and it was basically about when what's the name got shot. Stephon Clark got shot in our backyard, and
Uh-huh.
I did a video where I played both roles. Like I played the guy that was going to march and make a difference, and then the guy that didn't give a damn about that because he didn't care about it, but he was gonna protect his family by having guns and stuff like that. So I played both roles, and people loved it. It did a lot of views. People loved it, but they really gravitated to the role of the gun role. The I'm not doing that type of stuff. I'm here. This is what's gonna get me through my days. This gun and stuff like that. So that was one of the things that really made me, elevate and really think about acting and start to get that more because of the responses I got from it. Because I've been trying to write my own. I have my own short film that's called A Heart's Revenge, and it's the same thing. It's basically about a good guy who's trying to be with a girl who basically, if she's in love with the bad guy, and the bad guy actually gives her a transmitted disease, the good guy is there to comfort her, and she doesn't want to be with the bad guy no more, but she falls for the good guy. But the good guy and the bad guys are kind of friends, and they end up finding out from each other that they're talking to the same girl, or he was talking to. So the conversation happens, and it's like a shootout scene in the house. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in the process. It's already rolled up and done, but it's just I got to start doing the acting part of it. But that's one of the biggest things right now that that I'm trying to get on to and finish. But other things, derails me for that. Like when I did the ESPN contract, and I had sponsor with Propel Water, and other things happened between there. But still, I'm trying to get back.
So
doing that.
So tell me how the ESPN2 thing worked, and how did you get there? And tell me about how the Propel Water worked, and how did you get a major sponsor like that? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So let's
yeah.
it's called the thing about being on a professional level when it comes to acting or sports or whatever you might be into. Um, to have somebody like ESPN, that you work with, and have somebody like Propel Water you work with, and that's great because I also am on a sports podcast called 901 Sports, and and I'll be contacting you for another interview so we can chop up about sports as well. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, how did that work out with you and ESPN2 and Propel Water?
Okay, so how the ESPN2 came out is I was on TikTok, and I had made a challenge and they banned me. They banned me from it, like I don't even know why. They said I violated something. I didn't understand it,
Well,
but
what type of challenge?
I ain't huh?
What type of challenge?
I made it. It was called the sleep challenge. I don't know if you heard it before, but it was like random situation where you just fall asleep. So you could be like
Uh
cutting grass and fall asleep, or
huh.
checking the mail and you fall asleep. So I made
Uh
up
huh.
a challenge. But since my following was, I only had 6,000 followers, 8,000. I didn't even have a lot. But people that had big followers, they were doing it, but they were claiming it as theirs. So their page was shooting up, and mine was still going low. But people knew.
Uh huh.
I guess after that, I don't know. I got banned, and then I came back on my birthday, September. My birthday month in September. I came back in September, and I came back stronger than ever. And when I came back, I shot up. Like followers started going quick. I got to like 300,000 like quickly, and it just. And then and next thing you know, like I started to see check marks like Sour Patch Kids, the company. They responded to videos they was watching. I started seeing ESPN2. And and then it just went from there to like inboxes from emails started lighting up. Like it was like, oh, we love your videos on TikTok. We feel that you will be a good asset to this company, and we want to talk promotion. We want to reach out to you. So I called, and they said, yeah, basically with ESPN2 and PLMA Professional Fighters League. That one, it's on ESPN2 the channel basically, and they basically said, we see your following base and we see your numbers, and we feel that you could promote for us. So what ESPN2, what it was when the fights would come on, I would basically pick a fight and then basically like promote that fight and make them watch it, and basically like make it funny. Like, oh, I think this guy's gonna win because this, or he can't be stopped because he's too heavy, he's too slow. Like I'll basically make a joke out of it, but I had to do 5 videos. The contract stated 5 videos for whatever amount of pay I wanted. So I did that, and then they promoted it on their blog and on their site, and then I promoted it on my site, which had to remain up for 5 months. And then after that, it's whatever. So I did that, and then it just pieces just started to come out of nowhere. And then I also did a video about I was doing these videos called, well, I still do them now, I'm back doing them, but they're called How God Created. And basically I just pour water in like a pot, and basically like I say how God created Leos. So I just pour all the ingredients of how you would create a Leo in a pot. And then I did that video for How God Created Little Nas X, and he seen it, he duetted it, and my followers shot up even more. And then he hit me with a DM and said, we need to link up in LA and do a video. Like, let's do one, like you actually like put How God Created Lil Nas X part 2, and then at the end you pull me out, because at the end I always like pour in the water, and then the last one is all like the big shebang, like whatever it is. If I say How God Created Tauruses, then the last one was gonna be, the last biggest trait for Taurus is stubborn. But the last one was supposed to be me pulling him out and showing him on the screen. Unfortunately, got to LA. He was busy. We didn't link. But those type of things started to open up doors, because they started to see, people like Hitman Holler or call inbox me on Instagram, was like, hey, I want you to do a video for me. I'm gonna promote it. You know what I'm saying, on my page, from my battle coming up. So I just started to get little pieces like that when my numbers started to go high, and I started to see blue checks commenting, and I'm talking to people, Dan Rue, and it just started to go from one thing to another, just because of the videos and the consistency that I kept. It was just consistent videos.
So how many videos would you say that you average put out on TikTok a week?
Well, I was man, honestly, I was doing one a day. At one point in time, I was doing one a day, and it became a lot, because I was like, all I was doing was video. Because this is when COVID first hit. Like, the day I downloaded the TikTok app, that was the first day that COVID would hit. The first out here in Sacramento, we had to be in the house by like 12 o'clock, and that was the first time I did it. I downloaded that night. So I was doing one a day because I was working from home, and all I could do is do videos all day. I would get up, clean up, breakfast, sports, TikTok, every day. So I was dropping one video a day, and it was just going from 5 million to 30. I think the highest one I got was like 38 million views, like the highest ever. So I just started dropping them, because I liked the energy. The fans were requesting them. They were sending me stuff and all kinds of things. It was just amazing. You know what I'm saying?
So these is live interviews?
You talking about the videos?
Yeah, videos. Yeah, they live.
No, they wasn't. Like, I would record them and then post them.
Okay.
But I also go live on there too, and I would have people interacting with me and asking questions and requesting videos and just saying how much I would vent to them. And one person was saying, oh, I deal with depression, suicide thoughts, and I see your videos and it really makes my day better. That's the reason why I do this. It's not because of me or because I want to make money. It's not because of that. It's because people like that, I know how that feels, to just sit in a car and be depressed and not have no one to talk to, nowhere to go, or no one just to hear you out. So I know how that feels. So me to be able to do a video to make somebody that's dealing with depression or suicide or whatever smile and laugh, that's the reason why today I do this. You know what I'm saying? So right now, as of now, we do this, but eventually it's going to be gone. The thought and the energy is not going to be the same. But I'm going to continue to do this and rock as much as I can because of people like that. You know what I mean?
Right. So speaking of that, man, how we're gonna talk about the black community. So you mentioned that you did a video about the young man that got killed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So with that being said, can you really talk about that video and break it down, man? Because in our black community, it's very important, and for you to do a video on both sides, on both levels of it, I like to know, like, what made you come up with that concept, and after you did the video, like, how overwhelming was the response you got?
Yeah, what made me come, because I was just sitting here thinking, like, man, that's crazy how they keep doing this to us, man. Like, over and over, like, we keep getting shot and we keep getting beat. And I was just reading a story the other day about a black man out here who got slammed on his head by the police, because he didn't even do nothing. The video clearly shows it, but he sued him and was awarded like $200,000 for it. But that's okay and all, but everywhere he goes now, he's known as the guy who got slammed by police. They make fun of him, they talk about him. So it's two sides of it. So I started to think, like, this is crazy that they're doing this to us and this is not right. But then I started to think like, but why are we so like, why are some of us so arrogant? Why we got to get out the car and make and do all this craziness and act like give them a reason to be that way? Not saying that they're all like that, but we do at times be too arrogant and too much to give them a reason to do what they do. Not all people. So I started to play both sides. So the video goes like I'm just coming out of the bathroom, I'm getting dressed, getting ready for the march. And I'm saying, hey, I'm about to go down to the march. And I'm like, and the bad guy's like, for what? And he's like, I'm about to go march for justice, for freedom, for change. Like, and then I'm like, man, we've been marching for years. Ain't nothing gonna change. This stuff happens all the time. What you think you gonna be able to do? If Martin Luther King couldn't stop it, you ain't gonna be able to stop it either. You ain't no better than him. And then it's like me just giving direct information. Like this man got killed in our backyard. He didn't have a gun on him. It was a white cop. It was a racist situation. Our world deals with this so much. This is why we can't go into stores without us looking at us and stuff like that. While us don't think we're gonna steal. Go pick that up. Think we're gonna steal. And then I'm like, but the bad part is like, well, why do they do that? Do we steal? Do we do too much when we go in the stores? Do we always fight people? What do we do? So it's like I just played both roles, and then the good side was like, I'm going down here, I'm the march. If you don't gotta come, I'm gonna do this on my own. I don't need you. And then the bad side is just like, well, okay, well, you want to know how I'm gonna get justice? Because the good side is like, well, I'm going here and trying to get justice. So what do you do to get justice? And the bad side, he puts a gun on the table. He's like, this is how I get my justice. You can go out there if you want to, but I'm gonna take this pistol and I'm gonna continue to protect me and mine at all costs by any means. And I'm not gonna let nobody come in here and take what's mine. So it's basically a debate. But then the video ends up like he goes his own way, and I stay here at the table, the bad guy, and I'm just doing what I do. And then the part 2 comes back where it's like he comes back home, and then I'm like, well, what did that happen? Is it still the same things going on? Yep, it is. Exactly. So that stuff you just did doesn't make a difference. So it's basically like a devil's advocate type of thing, but it's so powerful because people were responding to it saying, wow, this is real. And I think about the bad side and I think about the good side. I was thinking about the same thing. And wow, what can I do to make my situation better? How can I protect my family? Or I got daughters, or I got wives. So it's just it gets the conversation about both sides. Like it's valid points from both sides, but it just teaches you like you got to go your own way, no matter who likes it or who don't support you. You have to do your own thing for your own self. The best thing for you. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Amazing, man. Amazing. So after you posted the video, what was in the comment section and how overwhelming was the response?
It was things like, wow, I wish I could put this on the news, and this I to my family, and it was just over because I didn't think it was gonna go like that. Because sometimes I would load videos and they would do okay, but then it was like it started to be like 20 comments, 400 comments, and it was just like, wow, so people are just tagging people like, look at him, look at this, watch this. So it's like the number one thing that I took from there is I love the fact that they said, I love how he plays both sides. He plays both sides, the good and the bad. So you see both perspectives. Because like the Joker movie, nobody knew about the Joker and why he did what he did until they saw the movie. So now you understand why he's the villain. Because of the pain that he went through. So I often that's like my inner character, like the Joker. You've been through so much pain. You just want to make the world laugh and not focus on it. But now I'm the bad guy, but I'm okay with being the bad guy because of what I've been through. I've overcame. So it's kind of like that. So that was one of the things that stuck out to me, and people that loving the fact that I played both sides. And that's what stuck to me to start this short film that I'm calling as a Heart's Revenge.
Okay, so it's kind of what you did. It's kind of like the Jordan Lucas song. Yeah. And how he broke down the video. It's pretty dope. So yeah. So man, since you've been through it, through the anxiety, through the depression, how important is mental health in our Black communities, and why do you think mental health has been overlooked within the Black community for so long?
I think it's really important, but the reason why it's overlooked is because a lot of us Black people are scared to ask for help and scared to get help. And it's really important because your mental is everything. Like The way you think, how you're operating, how you move is everything. So it's like I think that's really important when it comes to a person's body is your mental. But it's like we're so afraid to ask for help because we don't want to be labeled with something, with an issue or illness, or so we don't ask for help. So we just play it off. Because I know people that need help and that they have medication prescribed, but they don't take it because they don't want to be labeled as I'm ill. I have a situation with me. So they'd rather not do it to help their mental, but just deal with the voices and the strange feelings and things like that. And I don't understand that. Like I've always been taught, like, have to ask for help. Like it's good to be a strong, independent black man or black woman, but everybody needs help no matter what. Like you're gonna have to ask for help eventually. And that's one of the most important things. Like me being a father, being able to have my kids and they have to ask me for help, and I gotta rely on me, and I gotta go get it done. They don't see what we deal with on the under. They don't see like the pain and the frustration, like work and bills and stress and bosses and long hours and OTs and taxes. They don't see that. So it's like being able to have your mind right in each and every situation is the best thing you can have ever. More than money and cars and fame and followers and videos. Like your mental is everything. So I just pray as a community we can all come together, and if we need help, get help. Like I know that's a hard thing for people to ask nowadays, but it has to be the best thing in order for you to get to this, to get to be the person that you know you need to be.
Right. And so Cole, man, like as a black parent, man, and you know, I think that our children,
Mm-hmm.
we should have what we have social sessions
Mm-hmm.
for kids and parent conversation with
Mm-hmm.
different kids and parents from different walks of life, you know, and social sessions. But the key thing to have the social session, I think there should be at least three white parents in there with their kids too. And I'm gonna tell you why I say this. I say this because we have to really teach them what's going. They see what's going on, but they don't quite understand it.
Yeah,
So
you're
we
right about.
got to, so we got to take them back until when our great grandmamas was, navigating through the 50s and 60s, and our grandmamas was navigating through, the 50s and 60s and 70s. So we gotta really take them back on what happened when the school system first integrated, or what happened when the army first integrated, and and what happened when they sent the black man over to Vietnam, but they came back hooked on heroin. And then when they come back to the United States, they couldn't they couldn't do anything without wanting a fix, and it corrupted the family. So it corrupted the black man from being in the household. So we need to take them back because I don't quite think they understand.
Yeah, you're right about that. That's an interesting topic, man.
Yeah. So would you agree with something like that?
Yeah, because it's like our kids now, man, they don't understand nothing. I tell them things about all the time, like, hey man, let's just walk off in Walmart. You can get snatched up out here. There's all kind of crazy, dangerous, nasty people out here. Like, I'm trying to protect my family. I have to do the best that I can. And I never had a father to teach me the ropes, so I had to learn everything I learned on my own. So
Hmm.
they don't understand like how important and how it is, like you said. They see it. We can tell them all we want to. I can give them examples. I try to give them stories. But it's nothing like them really sitting down and really seeing for themselves how life is and how it could be. Journey, be quiet. They don't really understand it like that. They just look at it like especially since I'm a funny. Oh, my dad's being funny. No, I'm being serious. Like it's like the world can get crazy and dangerous quick.
Yeah,
Me giving
yeah.
like one of my one of my good friends on Instagram. He's a USC fighter. His daughter was kidnapped and murdered. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? Because she wanted to go visit some dude she's never seen before. And it's just like I tell them these stories, but they like really they show interest, but then they're like, no, that could never happen to me. Like they think like that. So they don't know that it's really serious out here. So that is really, really interesting for you to say that and think in that direction. I think that can be the help that we need in order for them to understand how things really are in this world. You know what I mean?
Right. So what I can say, because I can't sit here and tell you that I haven't ran into some great white people, and I got great white friends. I can't tell you that. I can tell you they ask me, why is this happening 30, 40 years later?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've had them ask, why is this happening 30, 40 years later? Because what happens is I got nephews that play high school sports.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens, they got white friends that they grow up with from the sandbox playing baseball and football and basketball together. And a lot of the younger white kids and black kids, they really think that the grown-ups hold this racism and this prejudice thing together. And they won't even let us live. Why I can't rock with him or rock with her because of how she treats me and
Mm-hmm.
how she judges me through the content of my character or what we have in common. Why does it have to be about our skin color? And so
Mm-hmm.
the kids nowadays don't want to hear nothing about their skin color shit. They don't want to hear that. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? And so, it's got to be a way around it, to really because they gonna navigate how they want to navigate.
Yeah, yeah.
Because they don't they'll cut adults off. You know what I mean? Kids don't care about that racism and that prejudice stuff, man. Like they just want to rock how they want to rock. So I think, that it's got to be multicultural. The social sessions. Black people, white people, Mexican people. Puerto Rican people, Dominican people, Jamaicans. Haitian people. Just people from all different nationalities, man. Like it's got to be a unit that's pulled together so we can grow as one and really come together as one. So you know, it won't be a situation where I like her, but she's not black. And
Yeah.
how do I tell my mom or dad? Like it don't need to be that situation. You know what I mean? If that's what you want to do, and if they're treating you right, and y'all rock like that, and y'all honor one another, and y'all are not carrying on like you crazy. I mean, I'm for it. Do what you want to do,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's always gonna be some people who say they would never, and and
exactly.
and that's fine. That's their business. You know what I mean? It don't matter. Like that's their preference. So, but you know, a lot of things don't be my preference. But if it makes that person happy, man, and I can see them have a smile on their face instead of an upside down frown, I'm cool with it. I'm
Yeah.
cool with it. So that's my take on it, man. And so I just know that what these kids see on television right now,
Yeah.
on video, it causes them to have a lot of exams. That's why, man, listen, all these kids, 14, 15 years old, man, they blow more weed than people that's been smoking for 25 years, man. So with that being said, a lot of these kids have anxiety from what they see, and the only thing can calm them down, how they feel, is marijuana.
Right. And you're right about that. Go on there.
So I just know that they are. I'm gonna put it like this: we came up in an era where if a black man didn't have tough skin, he was considered as a coward or a punk.
Yeah, you ain't
You,
lying
you,
about
you know what I mean? You wasn't able to cry. You had to stick your chest out and suck it up and go. You
couldn't
know
show
what I mean?
emotions or nothing.
So right. So, but nowadays they telling the younger males, lay it out, cry. It's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But not knowing when they go into society nowadays, it's still not okay.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they can do it around you. They can do it around mom. They can do it around they wife, their girlfriend, or they might can even do it around some homeboys that they've been cool with for 20 years. You know what I mean? Because they know what they already been through in their life.
Yeah, yeah,
But
exactly.
but in society, when you navigating, you are forbidden to do that. You know what I mean? And to this day, they don't want to hear that shit. You
They
know what I
don't.
mean? And like whether you're a black man, whether you're a white man, you taught as a man to suck it up and go.
Yeah.
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 So yeah. So with that being said, I just think it's a lot of things that needs to change. As far as people letting their emotions out. Don't be afraid to let them out because if you let them emotions stay bottled up like that, and you go in the street and have a disagreement, those emotions can cause you to kill somebody.
Fast, what I'm saying. You don't know how people, how far people will go, man. And that's the thing too. It just sucks the way that, you know, us being raised is so different than how they're being raised now. We went through what we went through, so our kids don't got to go through it. But now things are different, circumstances, laws, rules, and it's just so challenging because all you're trying to do is better your family, better yourself, and people around you. But it's just people just don't understand, how important some things are. Like one of my good friends, she asked me a question. She said, she was going through with her boyfriend at the time, and she said, when do you think a man will grow up? When does the man grow up? And I always say when a man is able to identify the difference between a want and a need, that's when he grows up. When you understand what a want is and what it needs is and which one goes first. You know what I'm saying? So, and this is like needing to be stronger, leading your mental to be straight, to be smooth,
Right,
not have no type of like ill will against anybody, like no beef and no problems, no malice in your heart, no evil thoughts, like just being able to be a pure spirit, a free spirit, doing what you love to do, whatever brings you joy, whatever that is, and just continue to do work, teach, motivate, push, be positive is everything. You know what I'm saying? So
right. And you can't walk around through life with malice in your heart and have a successful journey. It won't happen.
it won't. It definitely won't. Definitely. Like I had to bury a lot of hatchets. Like with my mom, like she had a hold on me. I had to bury that, and certain friends. It just wasn't the space because at times I would forget, but then when I hear their name, they come around, and it's like, oh yeah, I remember that when you did this and did this. I just had to stop that because I would never be able to progress and move forward in life with having that on my heart every single time, forgiving everybody. I mean, from me being cheated on and everything you could think of, just give everybody. It doesn't matter. Like people will do what they want to do. I always tell my kids, what I would if I give you money, what I would spend $100 on is different than what you would spend $100 on. And I can't get mad at you if you want to spend all your money on food. That's your decision. I can't get mad at that. That's your choice. Just like I spend my money on what I would spend on. That's my choice. So I had
Right,
to learn how to accept that and be able to understand that, think from their point of views, to be able to squash hatchets, bury beef, and just move on positively, man. Because I don't care how much money you make, where you're from, what you've done, where you've gone, who you've seen, who you talk to. If you're not in a positive state of mind, if you don't have everything on your heart is not pure, you will not get nowhere. You may think you will, and you can put on an illusion you will, but you won't.
right,
And that's true. You know what I mean?
right. And so I see, man, you know I gotta ask you, bro. I see you got on that Lakers gear. So listen, man, I'd be the first to tell you, no, I'm not a Lakers fan, but I've been following LeBron since he was in high school.
Yeah.
So so I am a King James fan.
Okay.
So
And
and my sister is a Lakers fan. My brother is a Lakers fan. And my baby brother is a Phoenix Suns fan. And I'm a Chicago Bulls fan. But
okay.
but we all rock with LeBron. So we all been watching LeBron since he was in high school. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna say this about the Lakers. I'm gonna say who I blame. I blame everything on Rob, and Jenny Buff. Everything, bro.
That's the
Everything.
most the consumption. I mean, they just they on a whole new way. I don't know what they got going on, man. But it's
Listen,
that's what
man.
it's coming down to, man. Like I was the opposite. I wasn't a LeBron fan at all. I didn't like LeBron. I didn't like the whole move. I was a Kobe fan. Kobe stayed with us since day one,
I mean,
and I was a
I
diehard
mean,
Kobe fan.
I,
But when
I like
LeBron
Kobe
came
too.
in, it was just kind of like he's trying to outdo Kobe and chase his, But then it was like I can't. I got to give it up to him. Boy, Raw, he nice. He could play really good. He the best. So I can't
Right.
knock him. I can't knock him, and I'm not gonna hate on him. I just didn't like the move. But like you said, the bus, man, I don't know what they going on. But like I said, that's just an example of people that's being rich and then they abusing their power, man. They just do
Well,
whatever they want to do.
you're right, abusing the power, and when you pull Jerry West and Magic Johnson out of the equation, that's when it fell through.
Exactly. That's why I was like, why did he even? He ended up just saying, "Nah, I'm done," and then he walked off. And everybody was so shocked, like, "Yo, why would he just leave like that? What made him just?" And I want to step down. Like, what? What's going on? So
Man,
it's just.
Rob and Jenny, man, like Rob and Jenny, man, like that's why he stepped down, man. So, man, but I'm sure they're gonna get it together, man, because there's gonna be a lot going on during the off season, and to trust and believe, man, LeBron already put the word out that LA gonna have two championships before he retires, another two championships.
We're gonna see. It's a good possibility, but it's just right now we just all over the place. We all over the place right
Right,
now, man. But you know
right,
what? It don't even matter because it's LA to the end. LA is I was rocking with them when we was garbage. when
right,
we
right,
had
right,
the
right,
we
right,
had the
right,
Bynums and you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Before we
right.
had Shaq, after we had Stop. So it's just gonna. Hopefully, it gets better, man.
It will, man. It will, man. I just want to ask you that, man. But want to say, man, it's been great, 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 great chopping up with you this evening, man.
Man,
And
I appreciate it, man.
just want you to give a few shout outs before we check out, man. And let people know where they can connect with you at and follow you at.
Oh man, you can connect with me anywhere, man. Kobe loading on everything, man. Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, just KOBELOADING on everything, man. All the platforms you can reach me. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Request a video, laugh. See some things you can share with your family, whatever the case may be, man. Anything. I'm always there.
Got it, man. So we out of here, man. Kobe loading on everything, man. Kobe, man. Shout out to y'all on the West Coast, man. Appreciate you rocking with me, man. And I'll be in touch about the sports interview as well. But
Okay,
I'll let
man,
you
it's
know
good.
it airs on Wednesday night at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard. And I'll
Mhm.
look at my schedule and set a date, and we'll do it, bro.
All right, man. Appreciate the love, man. Thanks for having me, man. It's been a blessing. It's an honor, man. I appreciate it. Just let me know I'm here. You got me
Yes,
on
sir.
all social media. I'm on Facebook. I got you on Facebook now, so hit me.
I do that, man. All right. Be
All right,
blessed,
man.
brother.